When starting your planted aquarium, make sure you start with the hardiest of plants. The ones that don't require CO2, can handle a wide variety of lighting and water conditions. ANUBIAS is probably the top on that list. Has a ton of varieties, but is also super easy to care for, and it's a lot of fun because you can actually attach it to driftwood and rock. You can plant it in the substrate as well, but you have to make sure that the rhizome is above the substrate line or the plant will rot. These are kind of a lower to medium light plant, and not the fastest of growers, but they're easy to keep and they require almost no pruning. CRYPTOCORYNEs, also referred to as crypts, are very easy to keep in your aquarium, and they're going to actually produce by sending out runners and starting whole new plants. They are known to melt back a little bit when you first add them to your aquarium, so don't be alarmed because you'll see new growth happening pretty quickly. Crypts can handle a lot of different lighting intensities, and they also come in varieties that are going to give you everything from foreground to background options. Java fern could be probably one of the easiest plants you could ever keep. This one is going to take pretty much any lighting, any water conditions. It's going to be happy to grow. This is another one of those plants that does best attached to driftwood or rock. Java fern has a really cool way of reproducing where it actually starts a new little tiny plant on its leaf, and as that grows it can disconnect and start a whole new plant. Java moss is extremely easy to grow, and you see it used in a lot of aquariums to make some really unique aquascapes. It has the form of growing to where you can use it to cover rocks. It grows pretty flat. You can even use it in those bonsai type trees, and it'll grow within the branches and actually look like an underwater tree. Does grow really fast, so you do want to make sure it stays pruned so it doesn't take over the whole area that you have it planted. Moss balls add a unique element to your planted aquarium. They're not actually a moss, but actually a type of algae that grows in a ball shape. So they have almost no care requirements for lighting, water quality, and they can even put into a tank with zero filtration. They are going to be super slow growing, so it's more kind of a novelty item than it is something that is going to be growing and spreading within your tank, but it's a really, really neat thing to add. VALLISNERIA is a tall plant that makes a great easy background choice for your aquarium. They are going to have these long slender leaves that almost look like seagrass as they grow taller. They're gonna, once they get established, grow very, very fast. They're gonna send runners and sprout new plants in throughout the substrate. They can handle low light, but they're gonna grow faster in more moderate to higher intensity light and a nutrient-rich substrate. Amazon swords are a larger plant that are a great choice for if you have a bigger planted aquarium. They are going to require more moderate to heavy light, but they are very hardy. So with these guys, you want to make sure you have a nutrient-rich substrate and good lighting for them. And there are some smaller varieties that you can use for the fore to mid-ground, but those are going to be a little bit harder to find. The most common ones you're going to see are going to be big, nice, tall background plants. Dwarf Sagittaria is a fast-growing choice, and it almost creates like a carpet for your substrate. Grows to be about 5 inches tall, so it can be a fore to mid-ground choice. You do want to be careful because it can grow really, really fast. You might want to have to keep it pruned to your area so that it's not overtaking the whole bottom of your aquarium. LUDWIGIA comes in a variety of red colors, and it's one of the few plants that's going to be colorful besides just green color, but also pretty hardy. They maintain their red color better under kind of moderate to more intensity lighting and also supplementing some iron. So they do take a little bit of extra care, but their bright red color is well worth the trade-off. With these, their branches grow really nice and dense together, so it's a very bushy, taller background plant choice. Banana plants are an unusual addition to any aquarium. Their roots actually are like tubulars that look like a bunch of bananas. It's kind of fun to have in your aquarium. They require zero special care, and will send tall leaves almost up like lily pads up to the surface of your water. The tubular roots can actually sit on top of the substrate, but if in a higher flow aquarium, you might want to bury them down a little bit, but make sure not to go any more than 1/4 of an inch. That was my list of the 10 best easy to keep plants for your aquarium.